Is this working? I want to see if this thing works. Hello. Okay, cool. What's good? All right. I feel like I said just. Bro, I can't even. Okay, this is annoying. But why is it not streaming straight?
So what do I do when how do I not let bad things or decisions affect me? How do I get better or choose the next right thing? How do I avoid messing up again? How do I remember my goals? Because I know I want to get better, but I tend to choose instant gratification over responsibility. / personal growth. Let me see how that sounds. Okay, that sounds good. Wait, what about now? Oh, that's fine. Cool. All right. That. Wait, so what happens if I do this? Go over here. It'll just go like, okay, cool. Bro, I don't even know if I have if anyone's watching or anything. In the chat. All right. I'm gonna just keep it like this, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. Avoid messing up again. How do I? Hello, test. Okay, cool. probably like, do you want to get better? Period. If you want to get better, then you'll need to trying to get this thing a little smaller so I can zoom in more or whatever. Then you'll need to, I don't know, 21. I don't know what I'm doing. I bought a business. I bought a bad business, and I'm a bad operator. The cleaners I bought was objectively not in a good position, and I have zero experience operating a dry cleaners, or maybe I had, or whatever, because now I have a year and a half worth of experience. Crap. For some reason, keep someone from my romantic past keeps popping in my head. Not so much like a desire to reconcile / get back together, but more of a feeling bad over my mistakes. And I don't know why, or I can't say for certain why I made a lot of mistakes, but I know that I made them, and I'm responsible for them. And I want to learn. I want to change my behavior. I want to learn from my mistakes. You know what? I want to bring up a video. I think it's this one. Oh, I don't know if it's this one or this one. One of these two. This is Founders, the podcast. The guy that runs it or whatever, his name is David Senra. He's a cool guy. And I wanted to find his clip.
Like flexibility and has worked for me. And so Buffett takes this so seriously that, at the point they're talking about this, I think he owned like 80 different businesses.
Right. Oh, yes.
And so he would actually
change behavior. Well, actually, I'll play this bit first.
every few years, he would write the managers of his business spent. The money will work for you for a longer period of time. You have to save. And so I actually found, I'm going to reread his biography, 96. And he's one of the mid to late 1800s when he says this. And he said, if you want to know whether he talks about, and he would repeat that Buffett and Munger talk about from history, it's this guy named James J. Hill. And I covered him all the...
So he's about a...
in episode number 96. And he's one of the, maybe the greatest railroad builder in history. And there's something that he talks about, and he would repeat in his work. This is 1800s, probably, mid to late 1800s when he says this. And he said, if you want to know whether you are destined to be a success or failure in life, you can easily find out. The test is simple and it's infallible. Are you able to save money? If not, drop out. You will lose. You may think not, but you will lose as sure as you live. The seed of success is not in you. So then they spent some
Wild. Listen.
Mid to late 1800s when he says this. And he said, if you want to know whether you are destined to be a success or failure in life, you can easily find out. The test is simple and it's infallible. Are you able to
save money? Hello?
You may think not, but you will lose as sure as you live. The seed of success is not in you. So then they spent some time talking about the dangers of debt. That debt is an easy way, common way for really rich people to go broke, live. The seed in life, you can easily find out. The test is simple and it's infallible. Are you able to save money? If not, drop out.
Drop out. Quit. Just stop. If you can't save money...
Mid to late 1800s when he says this. And he said, if you want to know whether you are destined to be a success or failure in life, you can easily find out. The test is simple and it's infallible. Are you able to save money?
But that's not why I brought you to this video. I brought you guys to the video because there was this bit on learning. It's got to be here somewhere. Learning is changing your behavior. Learning.
The moat is not the product. The moat is not the industry. The moat is the management of the business in regards to its costs.
Okay, no, that's not it. Whatever. I thought I could find it. Dang it. Learning means... Make sure I'm good.
You will lose as sure as you live. The seed of success is not in you.
Okay, cool. Bro, why don't you keep turning off? Okay, that means if you learn, quote unquote, quote unquote, that fast food is bad for you, you don't actually learn until you stop eating it. And I haven't fully learned. I'm a hypocrite. I hate fast food, but keep eating it. No question mark. I just keep reading it. Okay. So what was I talking about? Dang, I'm out. Zero drag experience. Oh, right. Okay, I bring this up because I didn't know how to keep my promises. How to do what I said I was going to do. I used to blame other people / circumstances is cool for my problems, when instead I needed to face my problems and actually do something about it. I wasn't trustworthy. I wasn't reliable. No one who truly knew me wanted me around. I didn't even want me around. But I'm stuck with myself. So I have to change. I have to change into someone I want to be around. And yesterday, I wasn't acting. I wasn't behaving. Is this the end of the... No, it's not. Let's see what happens there. Wild. Bro. Oh, come on. This is going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, cool. Like someone, I wasn't behaving. I wasn't / acting like what was I talking about? So I have to change. I have to change into someone I want to be around. And yesterday, that's not a... Okay. I wasn't acting / behaving like the person I want to be tomorrow. Okay. What's my point? What am I really trying to get at? I don't know how to learn from my mistakes. That's bothering me. This one's bothering me too. I need to be able to learn from my own mistakes. Mistake numero uno. I'm wasting work time for scrolling, binging, or binging. When I need. Also, if you're wondering why I'm taking the time to write this out, it's because I need to think. There's another piece in here. There's a bit in here about think, time to think. Repeat what works. Yes, dangers of multitasking. How to gain wisdom. Oh yeah, that'll be here. Oh yeah. Okay. There's this bit where Warren Buffett and Munger talk about time to think.
Buddy is drifting into this mistake. This is amazing that what Munger says. I did not succeed in life by intelligence. I succeeded because I have a long attention span. And then Munger goes in, this is not rocket science. Do it. So whenever I hear stuff like that, where it's like, this is really important, you need to master, right? And so Munger goes into this. He goes, it's just this simple. We have enough good sense. When something was working well, we keep doing it. The fundamental algorithm of life. Repeat what works. Moving ahead, there's going to be 3 main ideas spread across a couple pages. They're going to repeat these ideas a lot, which is very surprising. Do not let the thoughts of others interfere with your own. And then something that I talk about that comes up a lot in conversations with other founders is it's so difficult to build a successful business, extremely rare, is not that you're crazy by extreme success. And of course, they're able to describe you do massively weird success. Something was working well. We keep that a long again, and yet it goes. The importance of focus appears over. Send this video of Johnny Ive to a bunch of my founder friends, and in like 3 minutes he talks about, hey, Steve Jobs was the hours of intense concentration, hour after hour, but they're doing 2 or 3 things at once, multitasking, all confidently predict will end up worse than people. Warren Buffett says he's good if he makes 3 good decisions a day. Experience. Munger said every day to just sit and think. I've heard various stories over the years about this. But for example, like let's say you wanted to meet with Warren Buffett, you wanted to schedule something, and says, hey, can you meet, the 3rd week of next month? He's just gonna say no. If you want to meet me Friday, call me Thursday, and I'll tell you if I'm available. I interact with a lot of founders. It's completely different than how most founders schedule their time. Maybe we should be learning from their experience. Munger says we schedule time to think. Most people schedule themselves like a dentist. It's so easy to get so busy that you no longer have time to think, and you pay a huge price for that. And so when I got to this part, I thought of something that I read that Jeff Bezos said one time. This is in the book Invent and Wander, the collected writings of Jeff Bezos.
There's a part about the importance of thinking or whatever. Maybe I'm
accumulate some wisdom.
Wait for the part or whatever.
Think, and many do. And then Munger says, if you get into the mental habit of relating what you're reading to the basic underlying ideas being demonstrated, you think, and many do. And then Munger applies with unusual very rapidly. That's because we spend so much time preparing ourselves. When you have the few great opportunities, because they spend so much time gaining wisdom and preparing. In terms of achievement, sit on your ass and read and do it all the time. And then Munger goes into the fact that because they spend so much time gaining wisdom and preparing, that allows them to actually make decisions really quickly when you have the few great for 39 days. But there are some things you have to think ahead on, and prevention is enormously important. And so if wisdom lies in prevention, how do you gain wisdom? And Munger says, if wisdom is what you want, you're going to get it by sitting on your ass. If you really want to be an outlier in terms of achievement, sit on your ass and read and do it all the time. And then
okay, so bro, what the? There you go. Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, isn't it, to do every time? Okay, this is wonderful. But I'm about to do this in my Apple Notes. You know what? Just put you down here. It's here. Alright. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, it's kind of small. Dang it. Hitting. How big can I make this? Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, so we're talking about I'm tired of making the same mistakes and not learning from my mistakes. It was a reason why people didn't want me around, and I don't like that. It gives me sense that if I don't change, I'll die alone. I don't want that. So, I need to learn how to learn. No, I need to learn how to learn from my own mistakes. If I can learn from my own mistakes, I'll get better. And people will want me around. And I won't die alone. And the reason why I'm writing this out now is because in order, I think, to learn from my mistakes, I gotta think. Supposedly, Buffett and Munger, I should capitalize those, but I'm gonna have to do it every time. Okay, Buffett and Munger say that wisdom is prevention. That wisdom is avoiding stupidity. And wisdom, according to them, is gained through thinking or reading a lot and thinking. So that's why I'm here.
And Munger goes into the fact that because if wisdom is what you want, you're going to get it by simply important. And so if wisdom lies in prevention, how do you gain wisdom? And Munger says, if wisdom is what you want, you're going to get it by sitting on your ass. If you really want to be an outlier in terms of achievement, sit on your ass and read and do it all the time. And then Munger goes into the fact that because they spend so much time gaining wisdom and preparing, that allows them to actually make decisions really quickly when you have the few great opportunities in your life.
Okay. That way, if you have wisdom, you can make decisions quickly. You guys, you ever were in a situation and were like, I don't know what to do, and then whatever, like, it happens a couple of times later, and you're like, oh, I know how to solve this problem. I think that's what they are getting at with this wisdom thing.
Like I presented to you, he says we actually make decisions very rapidly. That's because we spend so much time preparing ourselves by quietly sitting and reading and thinking. Buffett chimes in. He says, unfortunately, Bertrand Russell's observation about life in general applies with unusual force in the financial world. Most men would rather die than think, and many do. And then Munger says, if you get into the mental habit of relating what you're reading to the basic underlying ideas being demonstrated, you gradually accumulate some wisdom. So then there's the question, but how do you guys have so much time to read? I always believe that you were very busy and all the time, that you had meetings all the time. Buffett says, at Berkshire, we don't have any meetings or committees, and I can think of no better way to become more intelligent than sit down and read. I hate meetings, frankly. I have created something that I enjoy. He's always talking about his company. I've created something that I enjoy. I happen to enjoy reading a lot, and I happen to enjoy thinking about things. Munger says, we both hate, this is something that I've really adopted. I think it's one of the best ideas that they have. And it's this idea that you have to schedule time to think, and you cannot. Munger's going to say something funny, where it's like most business people schedule themselves like a dentist. He's like, well, if you do that, every single minute of your day from the time you wake up to go to bed is counted for. When the hell are you thinking? And I'll get into why Jeff Bezos picked up on this is such an important thing in 1 second. Munger says we both.
So it seems it's important to think every day.
Both hate to have too many forward commitments in our schedules. We both insist on a lot of time being available almost every day to just sit and think. I've heard various stories over the years about this. But for example, like let's say you wanted to meet with Warren Buffett, you want to schedule something. It says, hey, can you meet, the third week of next month? He's just going to say no. If you want to meet me Friday, call me Thursday and I'll tell you if I'm available. I interact with a lot of founders. It's completely different than how most founders schedule their time. Maybe we should be learning from their experience. Munger says we schedule time to think. Most people schedule themselves like a dentist. It's so easy to get so busy that you no longer have time to think, and you pay a huge price for that. And so when I got to this part, I thought something I read that Jeff Bezos said one time. This is in the book Invent and Wander, the collected writings of Jeff Bezos. I covered it all the way back on episode 155. But Bezos said, I need 8 hours of sleep. I think better. I have more energy. My mood is better. And think about it. As a senior executive, what do you really get paid to do? You get paid to make a small number of high quality decisions. If I make like 3 good decisions a day, and I think what Bezos would tell you, what Buffett would tell you, what Munger would tell you, is like, how the hell do you expect to make high quality decisions if you're not spending any time deep in thought and you're focused? This leads directly into one of my favorite parts, something that they repeat over and over again, the dangers of multitasking. They say over and over again, what worries me and Charlie most is a lack of focus. Munger says this modern generation, which has gotten so good at doing 2 or 3 things at once, multitasking, all confidently predict.
Okay, boom. So they're talking about focus, wisdom, and focus. Important. No multitasking. Serial tasking instead. One task at a time. Okay. Why did I say that? Okay. Reading a lot, thinking they have wisdom. Why was I saying that? Get better info. Right. You're right. And so the reason that I'm taking the time to flesh this out is because I need to think. Thinking will let me see my mistakes and a path to avoid them. Right now, my number one mistake is, instead of working, I'm either binging, scrolling, or binging. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. I don't think. Why is it coming so late? Wild. All right. And so I'm okay at running the business. Like, I can dry clean. I had to learn. But now I have to learn more fundamentals. Like product, is necessary for a business to be alive. And you charge for your product / service. And you have to make a profit. I don't even know how much money I am making or not. Which reminds me of there's this where are you?
So the book that I want to talk about today was published all the way back in 1900. Unanimous agreement before they. His amazing
time to. Basically, Rockefeller, when he was, or rather, after he learned accounting and started working for that produce company, after that, when he first started in the oil business, I think he looked at his competitors. You know what? Let me ask chat. Oh gosh. Where in Titan Rockefeller bio does he say? Oh, you know what? Does he say that most of my competitors were running their books like they didn't know whether or not they were making money? Many of the brightest, it's right there. Many of the brightest kept their books in such a way that they did not actually know when they were making money on a certain operation and when they were losing. And so I read this and I heard it from Founders podcast. And I was like, that's me. That is me. I don't know if I am making or losing money. That is the next thing I need to learn how to do. Which I think boils down to I need to learn how to spend less than I make. Like Mosey says, first lesson of entrepreneur. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, that's not it.
fallacy in the early on days is trying to think that you're going to figure out the entire path before you even take the first step. It's just not true.
I was going to ask, how important is it for someone to have that moment with the shack where they just make it first?
I mean, in some ways, I think it's everything. In other ways, it's nothing. Like one of the cool shameless plug for school, free class. And so they're 99% of the time they're right, and they're confirmed by saying that person they bring home is not good enough. Because it's my fault that I don't know it, and because of that, it's within my power to change it.
So it's not sales books. It's not reading offers. It's not reading your books.
At the very beginning, you have to accept that, which is the first two words: my fault, my responsibility, all me. I am source. And then once you can accept that one thing, and what's crazy is that one foundation is where 90% of people literally aren't. They're not there. They can't do it. The reason my girlfriend left me is because of this, not me. The reason I lost my job is because my employer was a dick. My boss sucked. Whatever, the economy. When you blame something, you cannot both desire to get better and also maintain blame, class. And I used to, I don't talk about my, and so I blamed her for X, Y, and Z. How would the environment, be clear, about my mother's upbringing, how hard she had as an immigrant coming here, getting all of those are not my dad's fault, my mom's fault, my circumstances' fault, the country I was born in fault, the zip code, any of those things' fault. It's just mine. And the thing is that people have this belief that because they have a strong argument for why it's something or someone else's fault, that through all of the Mondays that I've
Okay,
missed.
whatever. I can't find it. But the first step apparently the first lesson of entrepreneurship is it's my fault. It's not the economy's fault that I'm not making money. It's not my vendor's fault that I'm not making money. It's not the literal bridge construction that is keeping customers from getting to my dry cleaners. That is keeping me from making money. I and I alone am the one that is not making money. It's my fault. And so that's the first. The next is make less than you make. Then you make less. No. No. Spend less than you make. Oh, goodness gracious. Spend less money than buy things. Which I think boils down to don't buy things when you don't have the money. I think. And then the next one is what's the next one? The next one is okay. And then take extra money and put towards making more money. Towards your ability. On my hand. Typing warrior over here. Ability to make more money. Yo, this is atrocious. Ability to make more money. Okay, it's my fault. Make more money. Okay. Then what am I talking about again? Fundamentals, right? Right. Want to learn from my mistakes. I need to learn how to work. Oh, why? Because I'm in debt. I told my parents, whatever. Parents, I'd pay them back. Yo, this thing is lagging, and this thing is mad lagging. Notes iOS mad lagging. Anyways, so like, bro, I actually kind of wonder what this is. Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny. All right. Yeah, I don't have to do it like that. Wow. That's kind of cool. So anyways, recap. I learned how to clean. I learned now I kinda know how to get customers, but it does, oh crap, this is lagging super bad, but it does not matter how many customers I get if I don't manage the money well. If I don't watch my costs. All right, we're gonna reset this thing because this is getting mad long. Thing is lagging so bad. It's not even funny. Oh no. Alright. Cut. Cool. Alright, dump it in there. Start it again. No, make it bigger. Boom, boulder. Title. What's good? Okay. Now I have to learn how to watch costs. How much money went in revenue? How much money left? Costs. How much? Two numbers, Israel. Okay, bro, I'm making crazy sounds on live. I'm live. Israel, calm down. There's only one viewer. Duh, it's 4 a.m. I didn't get that much sleep. I gotta fart. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go brush my teeth. I gotta think a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go get my day planned. And then we'll go from there. How do I do this? I can just... Are we back, baby? Yes, we're back, baby. Hello? Oh, why do I sound like that? So silly. Okay. I just want to make sure I want to test something. Hold on.